This video contains major spoilers for the I Can't Fix You music video thing I did, so be sure to check that out before continuing. Hello everybody, Skywarp33 here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my I Can't Fix You music video, behind the scenes slash creator commentary stuff, and just sort of explaining the plot to all you guys. I know there were quite a few of you people out there that actually got everything, or at least really close to everything that was in there, and were like, yeah, it's a really good video, love it, good job. But then there were a lot of other people that were like, very confused on certain parts, and I went ahead and posted a little poll thingamajig like a couple weeks ago, and it sort of blew up and got a lot of yeses, do an explanation video, so that's what I'm doing now. And just to avoid copyright stuff right at the moment, I'm going to play the video but not have any of the music in it, so if you want to see the entire thing at its full glory, be sure to check out the original video. I'll probably put a link at the end of this video and in the description. If you haven't seen it yet, I would recommend watching it. So, little disclaimer, it's been a while since I did anything on this video, so if I forget anything, whoops. And I kind of left things a little ambiguous, that's the word I was looking for, on purpose on a few things, but then there are some other things I kind of wanted to mention to you guys from the script and everything. So, yeah. First off, so some of you guys were really confused on like the whole lining up with the Five Nights at Freddy's Canon thing, and just to put this out there, I totally would have you read the description next time, because it says that the music video, it has its own version of the Five Nights at Freddy's Canon. I did that mainly because I wanted to sort of tell my own story a little bit and kind of go from there. Pretty much the general storyline is Purple Guy losing his mind and turning into the killer we all know and love. I think some people love him. It's kind of weird. So another thing that a lot of people were really confused about was why Anard had hair. So I'm gonna do a major spoiler here, starting off the bat, and then I'm gonna jump back into the rest of the video. If you come to this part in the video, right here, where you get to see the beautiful, come on, work with me, where you get to see the blueprint and everything, let's see, so there is a crucial thing a lot of people missed in this picture right here. It's kind of hard to see, and you kind of have to be looking for it to notice it. But if we get a little zoom, yeah, so it's set in 1980, so it's actually a prequel to all of the Five Nights at Freddy's lore canon stuff. So this whole video happens before the Bite of 83, the Bite of 87, and the majority of Purple Guy's murders. He's still like a terrible person and probably killed a few people because of Test 1's failure. But this is actually a prequel to him actually going completely off his rocker and murdering all the children. With that in mind, since Sister Location takes place at least, I think it was 1983, I can't remember exactly. So this happens before the events of Sister Location, where Anard is just a bunch of wires and a mask. This video showcases Funtime Menard. It's not even technically the normal Anard. As you can see, it says Funtime Menard on the blueprints. So we never really got an official Anard character model. We only ever saw the mask alone hanging up on the wall. This video is kind of like a prequel to how the mask ends up on the wall. So this actually sort of shows how Anard's mask gets onto the wall. So when Purple Guy blows Funtime Menard's face open, he takes the mask and hangs it on the wall as a memorabilia for his ex-lover, because she's dead. Yeah, I hope that makes a little more sense. So yeah, now I'm just gonna go through the entire music video and kind of explain stuff. So different parts of the video take place in different times. So there are some prequel times, like flashback sections, and then there are some like current times. It starts out with Anard walking in a field like so, all spooky and stuff. He's like, whoa, blah, 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 blah. As you can see, he's kind of got like a weird gait about him. He's like having trouble walking. This happens, I would like to say, right after the event where his wife dies. So this whole section is Anard. He sort of murdered William Afton's wife, and then after that, her spirit was absorbed into the machine, Funtime Menard specifically, and possessed Funtime Menard's animatronic body. And then with that, she was all sort of confused and like where am I, what's going on here, and just left the facility. And she's wandering out in the wilderness all confused why she's like feeling so much pain and like what happened to her. So that's why she's all sort of confused out here. And then the little grab at the chest bit was kind of foreshadowing of the chomper coming out of Funtime Menard's body and killing the wife, because the line in the music video is that kind of pain that rips your insides out. That's something I know all about, kind of like being like, yo, I just died because of this thing in my chest here. She falls to the ground because she's like malfunctioning, very confused on what's going on. So she's just like, oh no, what's going on? Stands up eventually, does the whole I can't fix you bit, up close and all that spookiness. And then it jumps to a mixture of flashbacks and kind of flash forwards, I would like to put it that way. I left them a little ambiguity, I can't use that word today. I left them a little ambiguous, that's the word, to sort of possibly play off of in the future, because I sort of shot all the scenes and then was like, you know, I could come back and sort of recreate this scene in like a different video and sort of have them tie together, if that makes any sense. So I didn't want William Afton's face to be shown until the very dramatic ending of the video. So in a lot of these you don't actually see his face. So we get the handshake, get the handshake right here between William Afton and Henry. So this is the very start of Five Nights at Freddy Fazbear's. They're launching the company together, and then we get this little model of the official Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. This is like one of the first restaurants where a lot of the horrible things took place. And then we jump back to him building Chica, or at least finishing Chica, because it was one of the very first animatronics that William Afton had helped with. He didn't necessarily build her by himself, but he helped build her and then used her as a hiding spot for one of the dead children. And then this part is supposed to be, it can kind of be a little ambiguous, that word again, you know what I was saying. So this is kind of like a little foreshadowing of the part where he writes failure on the blueprint, because it's like he killed somebody and wanted to try to take the soul and bond it to the animatronic, but it didn't work when he was the one that killed the person, so he had to figure out a way for the animatronic itself to be able to get that, if that makes sense. This is just a little bit of a Five Nights at Freddy's 1 reference. Thank you to Brit Animations for sending me some cool pictures of animatronics to put in the background. I sort of made Purple Guy's face dark because, like I said, I didn't want him to be fully seen before the very end of the video. So it's kind of all mysterious, and it's like this could possibly take place in a different music video because I kind of want to use it in like a different thing. So I thought that would be kind of cool. Here is the first shot of the blueprint where it purposely does not show you everything. It cuts before you can even see the date. Well, you can actually see it if you look real quickly. And this is a bit of him actually building Funtime Menard. As you can see, here is his arm, and he's sort of fusing it together, like he locks it in place like that. And then it cuts back to current time where she's all confused, and then it immediately cuts to the past right after he finished building Funtime Menard. And he's like, tried to do the soul bonding experiment, and it failed, so he's very upset. As you can see, it even tilts the camera. He writes failure because he was the one that killed the person, and it didn't work the way he thought it would, so he's very upset, cleaning his knife and all that. And if you notice, he's already married in this part, So it takes place after the proposal section, but like before the murder section. So it's like, yeah. And then it sort of shows Funtime Menard just like, just moving, sort of looking a little creepy, and like, because he's programming him to be able to kill somebody, but he's gonna, as far as I know in this bit, he's not planning on having him kill anyone until it's like one person alone kind of a thing. They don't want the animatronic to murder a kid in front of like 20 other people, so he's in the middle of still programming him to do the correct thing. So then we get more bits of regular Funtime Menard being possessed by the wife, all confused and angry, and he starts running because, as you can see in this bit, she's like, wait, what's that? Wait, this bit right here. No, wait, confused because blood on my hands and all that. Yeah, I'm doing great at explaining, I know. So she hears like a car, and then she runs off. That's what that part was supposed to represent. I know the green screen's not the greatest in this bit, but it was fun to do. She hears a car, she starts running, and then she gets to the road, and it's like, where's the car? Let me see the big reveal! And this is, takes place after Purple Guy found his wife dead, with a big old claw chomp taken out of her face. And he's all sorts of upset about it. So he's like, screw this, I'm gonna go destroy this thing, I'm gonna hunt it down, and rip it a new one, if you will. So he literally gets his shotgun, and it's like, alright, this is it, I'm gonna end this man's full career, and all that. So he's like very upset, and then this is like the first reveal of his face. And as you can see, he's got a little bit of a different costume. All of my purple guys that I have used in all of my videos have been played by me, but technically I have been playing two characters. One of them is Mike, which I sort of used, what was it? I did like a white shirt once, and then a purple shirt and a hat for him, and then there are some other times when I used the same sort of costume, but it was supposed to be William. But pretty much the reason he looks so young in this is because it's actually like 1980 instead of current day kind of a thing. So that's why I was able to do William like that rather than trying to add anything to make him look older, because it's actually a prequel. And as you can see, he's got a little bit more of a like a vest kind of a thing to sort of differentiate him from Michael. So that was the idea. And then it shows the proposal memory. This is supposed to be like his memory, so it's like all bright and then happy. And then he gets his boo. This is my boo, actually. She was very nice and decided to be in the video, so give her lots of support. Yay! And then he's all upset, and then Anard hears that he walked up behind him, and he's like, I'm gonna shoot this guy in the first. Anard does a slow turn. One of the things on the blueprint was he could mimic voice lines, so he was actually able to mimic his wife. Yeah, I know some of this you can't really take from the video, unless you're like really paying attention, but the thing that totally breaks Purple Guy's mind in this part is Anard turns and pretty much says this whole bit in like his wife's voice, which is what sort of clues him in to realize that the experiment worked and it actually bonded his wife's soul with the animatronic, if that makes sense. So it goes and does the whole flashback section of his wife coming into the room that has Anard in it, like so. And Anard is still set to those settings where if there's one person in the room, he'll attack him. If you notice the teeth and eyes, I kind of made those as like a way to make him look more friendly, but since it's still a deadly robot, he can like remove the teeth and the eyes to see better. So like during this part he's still set normal, but then as soon as he's like possessed, he like removes the teeth and the eyes to show his like sharp teeth and stuff. So then as you can see, he like looks down and sees, oh, one person in the room. What's going on here? Okay, time to activate murder time. So he does, like that. Back to present day, where Anard is talking to Purple Guy in his wife's voice, and he's all sorts of like confused and like, what? Oh no, my wife! And all that sort of a thing. He's like taking a step back. And then it was at this part where he realizes his mistake and that he just pretty much murdered the only person he really loves besides his daughter, who has a great fate coming up in the future. You know, what's her name? It's not Emily. It's the one that dies horribly by baby. Yeah, that one. So he sort of starts to break mentally at this part where he's like, what? I just murdered my own wife. This is horrible. And that's how he kind of goes from there, and then it goes into the fun, quick pace bit. he's kind of like freaking out in this part where he's like, I didn't mean it, and all that kind of stuff. And then it sort of shows that she's definitely possessed in the animatronic. And then he's like, screw this noise, I'm still gonna blast your face open. Because it's like, he's very angry now, because he's like, no, my wife is dead, and I can't let her just keep going as a possessed robot, so I gotta cut the line. So he shoots her in the face. Pow! Like so. Pretty cool scene. And then, pretty self-explanation. They fight. He's able to shoot him again and destroy him. So, animatronic is officially kaput, dead, dunzo. William is all upset, comes back to his secret location, which could be the sister location, or it could be like his own custom workshop, because depending on like your preference on the lore and stuff, but I like to think this is the version of the sister location, same place where the you can't hide stuff takes place, but like possibly a couple floors down, because it's a pretty big facility and all that. So he rolls out the blueprint. You can see all the special stuff. You can see test 1, like I said earlier, murdered a person, didn't work. And he's got the voice mimic lure, a DNA extractor, which is part of the ginormous claw thing, and then the soul bonder, which is also part of that. So pretty much once it gets a hold of you, it breaks you down and then like sucks up the soul into the animatronic. And he's like all upset. He's like, shoot, I should have put some more parameters on that, but the test was successful, hey. And then he hangs up Anard's face. Yeah. I hope this has been a great explanation for all of you guys who wanted to know about it. Alright, if you guys want to help me out and make more videos, feel free to become a channel member. You'll get custom emojis and stuff. Here's like a couple of them. As you can see, we get special badges and now up to 6 emojis. Woo! And yeah, if you don't have the money to support me, that's totally fine. You can always subscribe to my second channel where I post video games and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this explanation/plot thing on the video. I'm glad that I could finally make it, and thank you for watching. Goodbye!